Okay, so we just back tested July and ended in minus 2.49% profit. So we're gonna now back test June. Yeah, these are gonna be at random times, by the way. It's not gonna be like a consistent on this day or consistent on this week. I'm just gonna go through the charts when I feel like it, type of thing. So Monday, go from Sunday to the end date, June. Is this so delayed? My laptop is really struggling today. Okay, it's really hot as well. What's going on? Okay, 5 minute, yeah. Okay, can I get out of this? Thanks. Alright, so I want to play it on. So we're on Monday. We're just doing the same thing we did last month. Let me open up my notes now so I can journal. If the 1 to 3s are getting hit, June 2026 results for 1 to 3 strat. Okay, so I've typed that all in. Cool. 7:05, 7:45. Okay, so that's the high up there. So now we see what happens. High's been taken now. Low's been created. Okay. Let's mark from here to here. 2 pips, remember. 2 pips is there. This, that. 86. Stop loss. Order. Like that. So we're in the trade now. Still in the trade. It's retested to 50%. It's hovering around the 50% mark. TP has been hit. 1 sec, need to get the door. Okay, so 1 to 3 has been hit. 1 to 2 has been hit. Let me see if 1 to 3 would have been hit now. Yeah, so it would have been hit as well. 1 to 3 would have hit on Monday, 1st of June. Okay, so first trade of the month would have won that. So that's good. It actually melted as well, which is good to see. I don't know what this is. Don't remember that. But yeah, it is so hot. Let me get rid of this as well because this is just confusing. 7:25, 7:50. Okay, now we're in London session. Speed up a little bit more. No trade. Yeah, no trade on Tuesday, which is fine. Don't expect to trade every day. Wednesday the 3rd. 750. Okay. Speed up. No trade. Mm, What's the time? 7:25. Speed up a little bit. Should be 8. Yeah, 8 on the dot. Nice. Big break to the downside. Okay. Okay. Bit of a weird one, but we would take it nevertheless. 35, so 55. Be like that. Order. Wait, why do I keep putting it on the 0.5? Okay, it's not that deep. It's not that big of a difference. Would have entered. Okay, TP would have hit. Now extend it to a 1 to 3, see if that would have hit. Okay, 1 to 3 would have hit. 1 to 3 would have hit on Thursday, 4th June. So the 1 to 2s have hit, the 1 to 3s have also hit. So they both hit. Back to back now. That's 4 trades. 4 trades, the 1 to 2s won in total so far, and 4 trades, the 1 to 3 have won in total so far. Okay. So that is very interesting. Very interesting. 1 to 2 is gonna hit, 1 to 3 might always hit, but you know that as time goes on, then the differences will really show. 7:50. Okay, that's 8 a.m. Hasn't quite taken high now. Create a new high. Okay, same process. Stop loss would be there, 20, so 40 pips stop loss. 1 to 2. You take profit like that. Oh, I need to stop doing it on the thingy. 50%. I normally just enter off of the limit. That's a bit annoying. I keep forgetting to do that. And yeah, look, if I had entered on the thingy, the just where it would have been, then I would have actually hit TP. That would have been a nice 6%. Let's see if the free I would have hit. It would have hit as well. Oh my fucking god. That is annoying. That is annoying. You know, that is annoying. So that would have actually won as well. So I would have had 3 wins back to back. So I'd have been up 6% in 1 week on June. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. You know, I would have been having a field day. But that is what it is. Can't complain. 8 a.m. It's not broken structure to the downside yet, because that's the low. Okay. Hasn't broken structure to the upside either. Break structure to the downside. Break structure to the downside again. Okay, let me remember. 2 pips. 2 pips is there. 56, 76. Yeah. 1 to 2. Orders. Okay. For fuck's sake, you're taking the piss. That would have near enough hit TP, but it's what it is. It's what it is. That is a piss take. That is actually annoying. But can't give me 3 wins back to back and then, could have been 4 wins back to back. That's crazy. 100% win rate for the first week of June. Damn, that'd have been crazy. But is what it is. Can't complain at all. Uh, okay. But I like the frequency of trades as well. How often I get a trade, you know? So it doesn't really mean any FOMO because I know in the back of my head, oh, there'll be another trade this week or another trade next week. Okay, break a structure to the upside. Break a structure again to the upside. 22, so 42. 2R. Oh, it's not exactly a 2R. Let me order 100, 10. Yeah. I keep putting on the 0.5. It's getting annoying. Break to the downside. Minus 36. Why is it not closed? Did I just lose twice? I don't even know. Did I lose twice there? No, I didn't. Okay, that's cool. Just had to double check. Ask me later. Can we continue? So yeah, that was a loss. Not too bad. Still up 2.3%. Could have been 6 or 8% this the first 2 weeks, which is yeah, you've seen. Bit annoying, but that's traded for you. Just top 10 race break. Sorry, at 6 a.m. 7. All right, 8 a.m. Okay. So an Asian session. Okay, we've had a break to the upside. We've seen this pattern so many times, and it loses quite a bit, but we're still gonna take it because we're following our rules. So I could enter there really. Normally a 5 pip stop loss. That this setup is always a 0.5 pip stop loss and then 10 pip take profit. Let's see if it is again. Yeah, see, that 5 pip stop loss. Or 6 pip this time. Break structures downside. Wait, double check. Yeah, definitely break structure downside. Cool. So loss within the first candle, which we normally tend to do. So I'm not gonna act like I'm surprised about that. But yeah, that's what we're used to. Okay, we're in the second week. Well, we're going into the third week of June now. After Friday. We should be at 8 a.m. now. Yep, we are. Cool. No breaker structure to the outside. No breaker structure to the downside just yet. Big range to be fair. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, no trade. Yeah, no trade. That's fine. Oh, damn, what a big push up. So we're at Friday now. Friday. Okay, we've got a break structure to the downside, and then we've got this break here. You know, bearish candle, break, bullish candle, and then a break continuation. So should enter on here. 45, 65. Check that it's actually 2 pips out. Is it 2 pips out? Yeah, that'll do. It's not too bad. Okay, see how this plays out. So it's entered. Hey! Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Jesus. That was disgusting. That was actually disgusting. Straight stop loss. Okay. Straight stop loss. That is not nice at all. Okay. So we're now at the mid of June. And we're at 1%. Okay. Break, no, break structure would be there. Yeah. Okay, we've got a break structure downside. Break structure again. So what's there? 46, 66, right? Yeah, 66. Cool. Break structure to the upside. Close it there. Now at 0.75% profit. And then it goes down. No surprise. No surprise there. Why did that feel like it was taking so long? 7:30. Put it on a bit more. Okay, we've got a break there for this candle. Break again. 40, 60. That's definitely 2 pips out, or maybe a bit less. Yeah, 2 pips out. Okay. There we go. Order. Bum, bum, bum. So in the trade. Nice wick rejection at entry. Comes down. Trades beneath. And it's a loss. And then it would have hit TV. Crazy. So as I said before, that is something that tends to happen sometimes. It breaks the first most recent bear structure, but doesn't break, the original, and then continues to TP. So that's something to look into. It's happened 3, 4 times now, you know. So as you can see, the wins have a lot of repetition and the losses have a lot of repetition. And as you get more familiar and back test more and take more live trades with your strategy, you'll realize, okay, this setup is the one that doesn't work. This setup is now an A plus setup because this has the highest win rate. When I take this trade or take a setup that looks like this tends to work the most, you know? And that's how you form your A setups, and that's how you form your B setups, and that's how you know, this setup's a C setup because it's got this win rate or whatever. That's how you figure that stuff out. It comes from going over and over and over and over again of strategy. So as you can see, break structure to the downside. Okay, break structure to the upside, because we had this low create this high create this low, Then it's broker to shut to the upside. So we'd use the most recent low, which would be here. 61. TP would be 1 to 2, like that. Order, like that. So now we're in the trade. Oh, E. Entered, exited a bit late. But yeah, break structure to the downside. So we lost that trade. So now we are at a minus of $48. And we've got, what, a week left? A week left, about that. Yeah, a week left. So, see how that is. But so far, based on these 2 months, a 1 to 3 looks way better for the way I want to trade. Way better. It's winning the exact same amounts, but just with an extra 1 R. So yeah, it's looking better still. What's the distance? 25, 20, be there. 57, 77. Okay, I was just making sure, that was kind of confusing me. Order. See how this plays out. Oh, don't know what that does. Break a structure instantly, so minus 75. Damn, bottom out. Jeez. Traded above, but tested this area and then went all the way down. So if I was to take 2 trades in a day, break a structure, retesting, use this, use what I did here, do here, and it would have been a nice win. But we're not there yet. Just want to take 1 trade a day and see what it does. That's all we want to do. Be on and off the chart, be off the charts as quick as possible. That's what I'm trying to do. Because the majority of the time, it's not the trading, it's everything but around and behind the trading that makes the strategy profitable. Me backtesting, me journaling, me doing all these things is what will make the strategy profitable. Me live testing is what gives me the money, but me doing all this research is what actually makes that money become a reality. And that's what people fail to miss. It's not so much about your live testing. You're probably going to be live trading, live testing 5% out of the 100% when it comes to trading. The other 95% is about everything around the live testing, waking up on time, back testing, journaling, understanding where you went wrong, following your rules. All these things need to be in play before you even take a trade. Understand your strategy, understand, you know what I'm saying, like economics, understand what's going on in the world, understand all these different things, understand when news is out. All these things are all before you take a trade. You're not just going to be able to just take trades and just improve over time. You got to be journaling, you got to be doing your research and understanding what's working, what's not working, and that's what makes it worthwhile. Okay, so break structure to the upside, bearish candle, bearish candle. So we entered, TP hits, which is nice. So now we're at 0.75%. Change it to 1 to 3, see if that hits. Nope. 1 to 3 wouldn't have hit on Friday, 19th June. So the 19th it wouldn't have hit, 1 to 2 would have hit, the 1 to 3 wouldn't have, which is okay. That is not that bad. So we've already got one trade different between the 1 to 3 and 1 to 2 strategy so far. Okay. And I think that is the best, this is the best way to backtest what ratio you could push your strategy to, because you want to be able to maximize your wins and minimize your losses. Okay, break structure to the downside, break a structure. It's a small break a structure, but it's a break structure, so we're entering. That's not even on the thing. 24, 44. Oh, 1 to 2 already. Great. 1 to 2. Damn. What a great trade. 2 candles. 10-minute win. It's crazy. Let's see if the 3R would have hit though. Nope. Nope. 1 to 3 wouldn't have hit on Monday, 22nd June. So 2 1 to 3s would have hit, 2 haven't. 2 wouldn't. Okay. So up 2%. Could really be up more if at the start of the month if I actually put my limits in the right place. But there are errors you make on backtesting, you know, if you're gonna make probably more errors on backtesting than you will in live markets, type of thing, in my opinion anyway. That's for me. I'm gonna talk for myself really. Because backtesting I might over skip a candle or set a limit, but in real life time, I would have manually entered. I'd said, oh yeah, it's close enough, entered. And I wouldn't be skipping a candle. It's impossible to skip a candle in real life. And it would glue to the screen. Unless you wake up late like I did. But other than that, it's hard to skip a candle. Okay, okay, the high would have been here. Alright, cool. So that would be the high. Break structure downside. Break structure downside with this candle, British candle. So mark here. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, mark there. Pips different. 74, so 94? Yeah, 94. 1 to 2, like that. So basically on the candle that broke structure I would have entered, really, to be fair. And I would have got stopped out. Full stop loss. Okay. So June looks like the month that I would have hit stop loss more often, but at the end of the back test, we'll be able to see my average loss. It probably will be more than 0.5, but yeah, we'll see how different it is. You know, over 12 months or however many months we back test, we'll be able to see how many months do I hit full stop loss? Like, how often does my average loss change? Because my average win will never change, but my average loss definitely will. So it's just about keeping the average losses as small as possible whilst following my rules. Break structures downside, same thing here. So do the same thing here. Could enter there. 39, 49, 59, 1 to 2, like that. Orders. Oh, 12, 200. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, lost straight away with the same candle. So now we're at minus $127. I mean, 127%, $127, 1.2% profit so far. The 25th of June. Is that a break? Did that candle break it first? Nah, double top. Okay, so I'll say this is the break then. Yeah, that is. Okay, just create a bullish candle. 40, 60. Order there. Stop loss would have hit. That is annoying. It's close to TP and then reversed, which is fine. Which is fine. So at minus, no, we're at $27 profit. So 0.2% so far. Break a structure candle there. Break a structure to the upside. Break a structure to the upside. 103, 113, 123. Order 13, 26. Yeah. See how this plays out. Oh gosh. Did that break structure? Nope. What's the time as well? That's only one. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. So that would have lost as well. So now we're at negative again. So minus 40. Minus $40. 29th. Oh, it's so hot. 7:55. Okay. Don't know why I just glitched out like that. Okay, break a structure of the highs, lows, created a new high. Okay. $64, $84, 1 to 2, 10 pip stop loss, 20 pip take profit. Break a structure to the upside, so we manually close. Another loss. And it's continued on to the upside. Monday the 29th. Wait, was that Monday? Oh, that was Monday. Okay, so this is the last day. I don't know why it does that as well. I think it's because I'm using the free version, to be fair. So I just kind of got to Broken structure to the downside, pushing up. I wouldn't consider this a break structure because this is still the low, so it's kind of useless. Okay, so now I had a break structure to the upside, it's 11.35, so I could still enter this because before 12, that would be my low, and then stop loss beneath this low, 50, so 70, and then a 1 to 2, order, yeah, 1 to 2, instant loss, 10 minutes lost. And I think, yeah, that's the month's done, pretty sure. And then yeah, we'd be in July. So yeah, that's 2 months down. So 2 months, let me go back out. 2 months, how do I check again? Summary. Don't mean that. View session analytics. So yeah, minus 1%. We would have had 15 trades, 4 wins, 19 trades in total, 4 wins, 15 losses, 21% win rate, minus 1%. So this information does matter. Ideal average 4.11. Could have profit or break even, 6 trades. Okay. 2 average RR, 2 max RR, 2. Okay. Total winners 4. Best win 2.3%. Average win 1.99%. Average duration. So my wins were way quicker this month than last month. So that's cool. Max consecutive wins 2. So before it was 1, now it's 2. So I've won more trades back to back in June, and I've also won quicker in June. So they're 2 positives to take from the month. Total losers 15, so I'm pretty sure that's around the same amount as last month, as the July I tested. Worst loss was 1%, average loss is 0.6%. So last month it was average loss was 0.5%, now it's 0.6%. So there's not that much of a difference. And then average duration for a trade that was losing or loss was 0.47, no, 47 minutes before, now it's 53. So that's only an extra, what, 6 minutes. Okay. Max consecutive losses, I'm pretty sure was 6, and now it's 9. And then average consecutive losses, I'm pretty sure was 4, and now it's 7. So yeah, the losses, consecutive losses got worse in June. The average consecutive losses got worse in June, but the average loss got worse in June. So June was overall, when you're looking at it from the losses perspective, got worse, but the winners got better because more consecutive wins, quicker in winning, and more winners in total. And remember, I could have taken them 2 extra winners that if you factor them in, then I would have had a profitable month by like about 3%, right? And them trades also did, I'm pretty sure, hit 1 to 3. So that could have been 6 or 5% I could end the month with, but we won't count them in. We'll just go off what's actually been tested. So yeah, these are the stats for June. I'm gonna back test some more months and get them out there. But yeah, so far, based on the 1 to 3 results, we got 2 1 to 3s with a hit in July, 2 1 to 3s with a hit in June, and then 2 1 to 3s wouldn't have hit in June. So if we go off, I wouldn't even know how to factor them in without changing the whole results, but yeah, that's June and July done. So we back tested them 2 months and we're gonna continue on. So in total, if I can, let me go on my screenshots. Uh, let me go off my screenshots. Give me a second. So fucking hard. So yeah, in June, no, in July, we had 12 trades, 2 wins, so 14 trades in total, and minus 2.4%. This month we've had 15 trades. So We're at in total 27. 27 trades. Yeah, 27 trades in total with 6 wins. So not good at all, but that it just is what it is. Now if I Google what is 6 out of 27 as a percentage. What is 6 out of 27 as a percentage? 22%. So 22.22%, right? So that there is to say that the strategy shouldn't be making any money at all, right? At this current moment in time. So that would be my win rate, 22.2%. And right now the account is at a negative, right? But it should be at a way bigger negative if it wasn't for me manually closing out trades. It should the account really, if you really think about it, should be blown. 15 losses, risking 1% per trade. If you've taken all the full losses, you should have lost 15%, right? Now, if I took all the losses on my previous account, that would 12 losses. I should have lost my account within the first month and then the second month. But because of my breaker structure and because I'm quick with my exits and the way I trade, I've been able to stay in the markets for 2 months and lose money back to back for 2 months without blowing the account, you know? So in total, the account would have only been down, let's say last month, I lost, let's say I lost, how much did I actually lose? Okay, I lost $248. Let's just say I lost 250. And let's say this month I lost 110, right? In total, out of 27 trades or 27 losses, I've only lost $360, which is 3.6% across 2 losing months. Now, based on my risk to reward, if I win 2 trades, I've recovered for 2 months worth of losses, which is just crazy. 60 days worth of losses, right? 8 weeks worth of losses can be cleared out in the space of 2 trades. And you can see how quickly I win trades. So 60 days could be absolutely erased in the space of 1 hour and 35 minutes to 2 hours and I think 7 minutes, because that's my average duration for a win. So them stats there are crazy. But as we continue on with the strategy, we'll see if it ends in profit, if it doesn't, and see what the stats would be going forward. So far, I'm not demotivated or upset about the strategy or stats because I understand the way I'm trading is very risky. I'm not waiting for no retest or the higher time frame or nothing. I'm going strictly off the 5 minute and trying to keep the strategy as simple as possible so that if someone does watch this or someone does want to get into trading, they can understand that trading is not that hard and you can use simple mechanics. You just got to stay consistent and just take the good with the bad and take the losses and understand the less confidence that your strategy has, the more simple it is to replicate, but also understand that because your confidence is so simple to understand and there's not that many confluences to it, you have to be ready for a low win rate. You have to be ready for a big losing streak. You can't just be like, oh, I'm losing too many trades or this isn't working because I've lost 7, 8 trades back to back. No, you just got to keep pushing through, right? Because you need to understand, don't trade with the mindset of how much you're earning on your account. Think about the account you want to have. If you have a 200K account, right? And let's say I took them trades on the 1 to 3 and I ended the month with 2K. No, let's say I ended the month with 2% profit, 3% profit. I would have ended the month with £3,000, right? With a 21% win rate. So I would have ended the month with 3%. Yeah. Let's say we factor in last month as well. So I end the month with 1% or 0.5%. I'm ending the month with $500. I'm ending the month with £1,000. Okay. That's near enough average wage, minimum wage. And you're doing this all from the comfort of your room and clicking buttons. Obviously, if you have kids and whatever, then it's a bit technical. But if you are by yourself, you live by yourself, or you still stay at home with your parents, a grand for just clicking buttons is not that bad, you know? And once you get that 1 grand payout, you might think, oh, it's only £1,000, it's only £500. But think about it in the prop firm world. £1,000 can get your 200k account. £2,000 can get your 400k account. So with that £1,000 you've made in a month, it might not seem like anything because it's not that much, but it means you can scale now. You've got £1,000 from this account, you can go buy a 200k account. With that 200k account payout, that £1,000 you would have made, remember, you're just getting a bigger account. So you've got 200k account, you made a grand on a 100k account, you do the same formula, now you've got 2 grand. Now that 2 grand, you can go now buy another another an account. You could buy a 400k account or another 200k account. You've now got two 200k accounts. Got 400k in total. Now, instead of making the 1 grand that you used to make on the 100k and then the 2 grand you made on 200k, you're now making 4 grand on a very bad month. Yeah, and let's say you make 0.5%, you're making 2 grand on a very bad month. Now, let's say I traded the first week of June and said, yeah, that's me done for the week. I made too much, or this is enough percentage. I won 4 trades back to back without losing. Two didn't enter me in. The other two I actually did get in, as you saw. Imagine I won them on a 400k account, risking 1%. I would have gained 16,000 within the space of 2 weeks. No one that's working a job or a 9 to 5, majority anyway, some people are, is making 16,000 in their first week of work, you know? So that there could mean you take the break for the rest of the month. And if I made 16 grand on a 400k account, I would probably lower my risk for the rest of the month because I'd be like, I've had a banging start to the month. I'm not trying to lose these profits. I'd wait for my payout. That might take 14 days. So that would cancel 14 days worth of trading. So I'd only have 1 week left of the month. And that could be the week I've lost. The last week I lost. Okay, I've lost this week, but I'm still 16 grand up because that's what I've withdrew, you know? Let's say I only took the 2 trades and I didn't take the other two. I just took 2 trades. I'd still be up if I'm on a 400k account or a 200k account. On a 200k account, I'd be up for 4 grand. And then on a 400k account, I'd be up 8 grand in the space of 2 trading days, in the space of an hour and 35 minutes per day. So within, let's say, 3 hours worth of trading in a week, made 8 grand. That is very, very nice to me. That sounds like the life to live. That sounds like I'm more than happy with 8 grand for 3 hours of work. So don't let the stats of your account demotivate you. Just think about the account you want to have in the future and what you're going to do to get there and understand how much would you be making on that account, and if it is worthwhile. But yeah, that's 2 months back tested. We're going to continue on with some other months, but I'm going to take a little break for a bit. But yeah, that is 2 months trade, 2 months down, 27 trades in total. And yeah, we'll see which month we might trade next. I might trade February next. I'm not going to trade in chronological order. I might do, I'm not sure. It's just whatever month I'm thinking to trade next. But yeah, that's this month done.